I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
ARMY. That dream isn't just a reality, it's history. After 2 years of waiting that felt like an eternity, BTS OT7 finally appeared together in a live broadcast that shook the K-pop world. Not old clips, not fan edits. This is real. And everything changed in an instant. 2 years. That's how long it's been since the world last saw all 7 members of BTS sitting together on one screen, looking at each other, laughing, and speaking directly to their fans. In those 2 years, ARMY could only survive on memories, old video clips, and hopes that were slowly fading away. But now, everything has changed. BTS is back. Not half-heartedly, not individually, but together. 7 people, 1 heart. The live stream was not just ordinary entertainment content. For millions of fans around the world, that moment was a moment of healing, celebration, and the beginning of a new chapter. When those long-awaited faces appeared, time seemed to stand still. Jin smiled broadly, with his signature warm style. RM let out his familiar, soothing laugh. Jimin looked sweet with his gentle demeanor. Jungkook was cheerful and full of energy. Taehyung was calm and composed. J-Hope radiated warmth like the morning sun. And Suga, he was there. After being absent from the screen for so long, he returned with a smile and laughter that cut through the longing. It wasn't just ARMY who cried. Even the K-pop world fell silent, realizing how meaningful this reunion was. A rebirth, a moment that erased all uncertainty. In that virtual space, there was no more distance, no more doubt, only overflowing love and healing laughter. And in the midst of this emotional moment, BTS dropped a bombshell that left the world in awe. They will release a new album. Not a solo album, not a unit project, but a full-length work from all 7 members. A project born from their own hands, hearts, and souls. This is not just a musical comeback, but the true rebirth of BTS's spirit. Jimin, with his unwavering gentleness, acknowledged that they couldn't create music during their mandatory military service. Jin added, with a lighthearted laugh, that making a solo album alone was already exhausting. But when Suga spoke, the atmosphere grew deeper. With complete sincerity, he said that this was an album they would create together, as a group. And because of that, it takes time. But that time will be worth it. Because this isn't just music. This is a new chapter in BTS's journey. What made this broadcast so extraordinary wasn't just the comeback announcement, but the energy they radiated. There was no rigid script, no excessive formality. Just 7 friends finally able to sit together, talk, and share stories. They joked around, teased each other, and never forgot to praise their eldest Hyung, Jin, who had just started his solo concert. Jin's concert wasn't just any concert. It was more like a nostalgic party, a massive karaoke session, and a playful gathering that made everyone feel like they were invited to an old friend's living room. Even RM was confused why Jin referred to his concert as a challenge. Jin responded with his signature laugh, creating a light-hearted atmosphere that spread to all the ARMY watching. And more than that, this moment felt like an emotional relay between the members. Jin's solo tour began immediately after J-Hope's tour ended, like a relay of warmth and love passing from one member to another. They showed that even though difficult times come and go, they keep the spirit alive, continuing to create something for their fans. Because for BTS, ARMY isn't just an audience. ARMY is part of their story. Suga's presence was the most heartwarming moment. During his military service, he only appeared occasionally in the form of letters or short clips. Now, he was sitting there, talking, laughing, and blending back in with his 6 friends. Many fans cried just seeing him sitting together again. Because it wasn't just a physical presence, it was a symbol that they were still one, still whole. And, of course, the announcement of a new album immediately sparked major speculation. If they say this work will return to the basics, does that mean we'll hear the distinctive rebellious sound of the No More Dream, Danger, or Mic Drop era again? Will they reignite the youthful spirit that once set the stage ablaze with raw yet honest energy? Or will they present something entirely new, a work born from maturity, from wounds and hopes, from life experiences that are no longer naive but full of lessons? Perhaps they will take us to a place where the past and present converge, creating a new era of BTS that is unparalleled. And while the world was still reeling from the euphoria of the live broadcast, one fact began to become clearer. This reunion was not just a surprise. It was a signal, a sign that BTS was truly ready to open a new chapter, and they were doing so not just to return to the music world, but to reunite something that had long been divided. The full presence of the 7 stars in one irreplaceable harmony. After so long having to get used to seeing them separately in solo releases, individual ads, or just snippets from military service, the screen now feels complete again. It's not just because their faces are together again, but because their energy blends so naturally, as if time had never separated them. Every spontaneous joke, every glance between members, and every genuine laugh flowing freely are proof that the connection never faded. It was merely delayed. And what they promise isn't just music, it's an experience. BTS never just release songs. They create worlds. They open emotional spaces where millions of people can feel seen, heard, and loved. So when they say the upcoming album will be made together, it means more than just a musical collaboration. It's a fusion of dreams, memories, and a future in one work filled with love. Many may be wondering, what are their preparations like right now? Have they started writing yet? Will there be trips to overseas studios like before? Will they return to the documentary style of burn the stage or break the silence? Or will they introduce something entirely new, a post-military service era of BTS that reflects their maturity as men, not just idols? ARMY knows one thing for certain. Whatever form it takes, this project will have soul. Because BTS never creates just for a comeback. They create to convey, to heal, to unite. And this time, with 2 years of stories behind them, the music they will present will undoubtedly contain a depth we've never heard before. Then, what about their future interactions? The broadcast has reignited fans' desire to see more OT7 moments. Not just as idols, but as brothers who support one another. Lighthearted content like internal variety shows, travel vlogs together, or simply videos of them having dinner in the practice room. Such simple things now hold more meaning than ever before. Because after such a long absence, even small things feel like a great gift. And it cannot be denied that this momentum has also become an emotional revival for many armies who once felt lost. Over the past 2 years, many of them have survived on memories alone. But now, with a simple broadcast filled with laughter and warmth, those wounds are beginning to heal. Faith is growing again. Faith that BTS never left. They were simply fulfilling their obligations, so they could return fully. This broadcast is proof that BTS isn't just a group that survives because of popularity. They survive because of the genuine love they have for each other and for the people who have walked alongside them from the beginning. And love like this cannot be shattered by time, distance, or even the pressures of the world. Now, we're just counting down the days until the upcoming spring when the new album is released. But it feels like spring has already begun since this broadcast aired. Because spring isn't just about blooming flowers, but about hearts coming back to life. And if you're wondering, will BTS return as they were before? The answer is no. They will return stronger, more honest, more courageous, because the past 2 years weren't just time they've endured, it's time that has shaped them. And the result of that process will be poured into the music to come. This is the moment, ARMY. Not just to wait, but to walk together again. Because, as they always say, we will never leave you, because you have never left us. BTS has returned, and this time, they come to bring us all home, to a place where dreams not only live but also grow alongside love that never fades. Top K-pop will continue to accompany you in following every step they take, because this story has only just begun.